Story elements for kids. What is a plot? By Learning Academy for Kids. Story elements are important parts that make up a story. These elements help the readers to understand what they're reading. Plot is one of the basic elements of the story. Plot is the term used to show the important parts or events in the story. Events are the things that happen in a story. In the story, the main events happen in a certain order, which is called the sequence of events. Also, the plot is sometimes referred to as the storyline. There are 3 things that can help you to remember the sequence of events. These things also help you to retell the story. These are called the beginning, middle, and end. You can remember it as B, M, and E. Beginning of the story is really important. It is also called the exposition. In the beginning of the story, the author tells you who are the characters. When you read the story, you will know who's going to be in the book. So the beginning is important because it introduces the character for the very first time. And then it also tells you what is the setting, when and where is the story taking place. We have already learned about how characters and setting are an important part of story elements. So this is where it is introduced in the beginning of the story. Next is our letter M, and M stands for the middle of the story. The middle of the story is often referred to as a climax of the story. The middle of the story is what is actually happening to those characters. What is the character doing during the bulk of the story? After we have introduced them, they start to go on some kind of adventure. Usually and normally they have a problem that they're trying to solve, and they're going on a little journey to figure out how to solve that problem. So that's what happened in the middle of the story. E is the end of the story. In the end, we answer questions like, how did the characters solve the problem? What did they do? Did the character change at the end of the story, or they remained the same throughout the story? It usually teaches a lesson to the character. Let's take an example for this book, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Goldilocks and the 3 Bears is a story about a girl named Goldilocks who goes for a walk in the forest. In the beginning, the bears left their house to go for a walk while their porridge cooled. Next, Goldilocks came to their house and she ate their porridge, sat in their chairs, and then fell asleep in one of their beds. In the end, the bears came home and scared Goldilocks. She jumped out of the bed and ran away. So you can see in this story how it shows the beginning, where the author introduced the characters and the setting. In the middle, the author introduced the conflict or the problem. And in the end, the author shows how that character solved that problem, and it shows the resolution. This is it. Thanks for watching.